welcome to you all to the Lancashire Telegraph General Election 2015 debate. My name's Kevin Young. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the editor of the Telegraph. I've been the editor there for 15 years. Still a bit of life left in me, maybe not a lot. First of all, I'm not going to linger. We want to give tonight as much debating time as possible. You know, what I do want to do is thank Thwaites Theatre for giving us this venue tonight free of charge. So a very, very big thank you to the theatre. I want to give everybody a fair crack of the whip. Whatever you hear, the Lancashire Telegraph is a pretty neutral political newspaper. Any comments? Come on, I'll throw that one over to the floor. I get accused in equal measure by Conservatives, Lib Dems and Labour of being biased, so that's a pretty good sign. Your host for tonight is the Telegraph's political correspondent, Bill Jacobs. On my far Bill has worked in the industry for some considerable time. Perhaps the highlight of his career would be his 20 years as a parliamentary lobby correspondent with his own office deep in the bowels of Westminster. Not for nothing did he earn the name the Beast of Westminster. That's rubbish. As I say, tonight is all about the candidates. The Telegraph's very, very pleased to be assisting the democratic process in this town. The general election as a whole looks like it's going to be one of the closest for years, possibly even closer than last time, if that's possible. I make no comment on the Blackburn constituency, that's not my role. So again, have a great evening, everybody. Enjoy yourselves, and let's have a fair fight, and give due courtesy to the host so we can have a very civilised, very good debate, which is both illuminating and fair. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Bill Jacobs, and as I say, I'm here to chair it. And we have the candidates to my left. Immediate to my left is Bob Eastwood, who's the Conservative candidate, and the former Chief Superintendent in charge of Eastern Division of Lancashire Police. Next to him is Dale Taylor, for UKIP, who is a student at the University of Chester. Next to him, in black, is Kate Learn, the former leader of Blackburn with Derby Council, standing for Labour. And at the end is Gordon Lishman, who is the former Director General of Age Concern, standing for the Liberal Democrats. Only the first question have they been warned in advance about. Though knowing the efficiency of modern politics, I'm sure that at least one of the candidates will know about at least one of the questions. And to begin, is Grace Daly here, please? Grace Daly is 17, and she's going to ask the first question when the microphone arrives. Grace, the floor is yours.
Why do you think that you will be the better MP for Blackburn?
And if I start off with Bob at first, to my left.
A very good question. I actually decided to stand as MP for Blackburn because I care passionately about all Blackburn's communities. It was mentioned I used to be a cop. I left the police in 2013, and I've got other experiences. I work in football, the school governor, or I was a school governor of 2 schools that the council asked me to work with who were in some difficulty. And I'm also a member of a Blackburn-based charity. I'm born and bred in Blackburn. I know Blackburn like the back of my hand. I care, as I say, passionately about all communities. And for me, I want to bring about some changes. You know, I care so much about Blackburn. There is a lot right, but very sadly and tragically, there is a lot wrong. And I think it needs somebody. Jack Straw is retiring, and I think it needs somebody to replace Jack Straw. Jack Straw's left the bar behind, and my aim is to climb over that bar and provide effective, solid leadership to make Blackburn a much better place to visit, live, and also to socialise and to work. I'll go into more detail as to what my priorities will be as matters progress. I've only been given 2 minutes, and considering I didn't time it, I think hopefully I've told you enough about me, the person, how much I care about Blackburn, and I want to work tirelessly in order to make life a lot better, and for Blackburn people to have a smile on their faces once more.
Your 2-minute pitch. Well, Grace, let me tell you why I came into politics. I didn't come into politics simply to be an MP. I felt that politicians of all parties have let our generation down quite massively. When I was at sixth form, EMA got slashed when I was receiving £30 a week. That really helped me, but when it got slashed, I felt that I couldn't find a job and I had very little to rely on. And then when I went to university, tuition fees went to £9,000, meaning I'm now having to pay £9,000 a year at university. So if I was elected as your MP, I'd be a champion for young voices, because I feel that young voices aren't represented in Parliament, and I feel that politicians from all sides think that they can just make broad promises, and then when they're elected, they can just break them. I think that's a huge betrayal of young people, and if I was elected as the MP, I'd fight for the young people of this country and Blackburn in particular. But it's not just about young people. I feel that everybody has been let down by the established parties in Westminster. Whether it's about concerns about immigration, housing, education or health, I think that they just don't understand ordinary people. And I think, UKIP's done a fantastic job at actually mixing the system and making them talk about the issues which everybody is thinking about. And I think we need more UKIP MPs in Parliament to bring about real change. And that's what I'm standing for tonight. I'm not standing simply because it pays. I'm standing for change, I'm standing for common sense. And I'm standing because I want to do something. That's it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just a bit of history. I came to Blackburn 22 years ago, and I've lived in the borough ever since. I brought my 2 children up in Blackburn, went to local schools, and I'm pleased to say both are doing well. I worked at Newman's for 20 years, on the shop floor, and then moved into middle management. And later on I worked at Blackburn College. So I've got a good experience of what life is like in Blackburn, the challenges people face, and everyday tasks, bringing up children, trying to work hard and trying to do the right thing. Now that experience has given me 2 things. First, it convinced me that the only way to run a good society is in a fair and just way. Secondly, and this is something my parents taught me, I should practice what I preach. So in 1995, I became a local councillor representing the Wednesday Fold ward. So 20 years local government experience, 8 of which has been as leader of the council. Now, I've seen what a good council, along with a good MP, can achieve, and later on, I'll list some of the achievements in Blackburn and some of the challenges over the last 5 years. But I believe in just policies, and I think just policies benefit Blackburn, and I think everybody in this room will recognise that the unjust policies of the last 5 years have been to the detriment of Blackburn. I have enough knowledge and skills to stick up, speak loud for Blackburn and for fairness.
Thank you very much. Gordon, your 2 minutes.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you, Grace, for the question. I think what you want to make the best MP for Blackburn is firstly somebody who will listen to and work for ordinary people. That means being open and available and having the staff who can help with people's problems when they bring them in. Secondly, it's about engaging with communities and groups throughout the town, knowing what they want and listening to local communities, but also others, whether it's younger people, whether it's older people, whether it's sports group, or any others. Thirdly, I think it's about speaking up for the town and organising on behalf of the town. That's about getting investment. That's about getting businesses to work together in ways that will actually bring new jobs and new investment into the town. And that needs the sort of experience which I've had of working with business, lifelong trade unionist, but I've also worked very much with businesses to get things right for the people that I've spoken up for. Finally, you want somebody who can have a strong role in national policy and national politics, who can have influence in terms of the decisions that are made in Westminster and Whitehall on behalf of everybody. I share one thing with Kate, which is experience of some years of life as a single parent. That's one of those things that concentrates your mind very much on real people and what they need. I've worked with other people all of my working life. I know how to listen to people, and I'm happy to speak up for them.
Wonderful. 4 politicians that can speak to time. I think I'd elect a lot of them.